Welcome to this space. In today's episode, Jamie and I talked about a new timeline so many of us are experiencing right now and some of the symptoms that come with it, and why so many people may be sensing like something big and new is about to happen, even if nothing actually happened yet. We covered some more of the symptoms that you might be experiencing right now. We explored why it's so important to actually feel your feelings, not just spiritually bypass them as we've done in this previous timeline, and how that feeling process can become a bridge into the higher timeline or some higher frequencies. We also reflect on our inner reality and how that inner reality shapes the outer reality. Even though a lot of times we get so stuck on what's going wrong in the world, especially now, we'll give you different perspective on all of it. And if this resonates, we'd love to have your questions. Bring your struggle, your pattern you've been struggling with for a long time. In some of the next episodes, we'll be taking some time to unpack those together so we can raise the frequency of Earth together. If this resonates, stay in, keep listening.
How have you been feeling with all this energy just right now that's going on? I mean, clearly it's a lot. I'm already like amped up just in our conversation already. That's how I've been feeling, is very amped, irritated, kind of like short fused. And like, I've had it with certain things. Like, that's how I feel, is like, I'm done. I can't, it's time for a new way. Like, what is that?
I feel like I crossed over to new ways. And, we've both been working on so many things. Like, I had so many vision board moments. You know what vision board moments are?
Well, I know what a vision board is. Is it just like
sitting in the moment that you have on your vision board and you're actually living it? I've been telling my daughter and my friend, I'm like, oh my gosh, I had one of those. I was talking to my sister about that. When you're experiencing moment and you realize, oh my gosh, I visualize this so much. And some, I actually have pictures on my vision board. So I feel like energy is really high. So I've been so high, it's so warm here in Montenegro. So short sleeves, out gardening, there's so much energy. And like, sometimes it's so high, I don't know what to do first. And then at night, I'm like dead when the car can't make it to bed. So I'm like still trying to balance the new timeline, I guess.
It does feel like we are in a new timeline, actually. Tell me more about what that means to you. Like when you say like, because I'm hearing people say this a lot, actually. I talked to a friend last night and she's traveling right now. And she's like, it's like I'm in a whole new timeline. And she says it. And then, of course, I get online last night and I see someone talk about like, we're in a whole new timeline. And I'm like, okay.
I guess like I was thinking about that today. I guess like so many people like, what is timeline? It's like it became one of these super popular words. To me, personally, it feels like my experience is higher. Like we removed, like me and you know each other from company and then we are now solo building our own thing. Like we removed, like we don't need to wait for raise. We can change price on our coaching, and more I raise it, more people I see. It's like what? Why were we ever waiting for? So it's like a new reality where there's more possibility. There are this little reality where like this is possible, you're in this box and after 3 months you do this. And this is not just money, it's health, it's love, it's friendships. We just talked about truth, how important truth is. Yeah. Having truthful conversations, nobody's taking personal. When were we able to do that in the past? It was impossible.
Yeah. I think it's like we're realizing that we have more power. We're tuning into the power within, that we have to create the life that we want, and less of looking to the structures that had been set up for us before.
Yes.
Those are collapsing, those are leaving, and we're realizing like, wait, I create my world, I create my life. And so the thoughts we're thinking our intentions, who we're being, like those are so important.
Oh my God.
You know, we're realizing that our life is literally in every moment. It's happening right now. We don't have to wait for the future. It's not about the past.
No.
It's in the now.
I love it. I freaking love it. I wasn't even aware of it until that in between space. And we talked about this last couple, like 6 months. It was so much fear. Some people are still in fear, and I hope they're moving with us in this. And I want to show them how this feels so awesome. I worked so much in the last 6 months on nervous system, safety, and I work as coach over a decade, and I know you do way longer than that. This was new. This was different, not just regulation, meditate. My job was removed. Everything that's safe was removed. It was like, okay, now what? Can you be safe there? It was a different level. Now I understand why, because that's what gets us to live. There's no more anticipation. There's no more tracking, no more structures. Like, let's remove structures. That's why I look at the world. We're seeing through things that people haven't seen for centuries, right? It's like crazy.
I know. And there is, you mentioned people being in fear. There is a lot of that right now. I mean, obviously, rightfully so. There's a lot of unknowns going on. There's a war happening. Like, people are being bombed. Like, we don't know what's coming. Yeah. So I think too, in like working with fear and any emotion that we have to feel that. Like, it's like two things can be true, and we're coming into that, right? I think that's the 100%. Timeline shift as well, where it's not like, this or that.
Yep.
You know, in the United States, are you Democrat or Republican? No. Like, even people are starting to wake up to that, and they're like, wait a minute, my government does not have my best interest in hand. Like, power to the people. I know what I want. I'm in community. I'm helping everybody. Right. And like, I think we also have to honor the emotions that come up with all of that. So it's like, if you're in a place where, you know, you're being bombed, like, yeah, that's scary. You're going to be in fear. Like, so it's like, we have to, in order to accept the moments that are coming in front of us, and we're all in the unknown, we have no idea what's going to be happening next for any of us, but it's to feel the emotions that are coming with the moment.
Yes.
You know, and like be with those. So if I'm sad because, I don't know, my boyfriend just broke up with me, like, be sad. Like, that's a sad thing. You know, like, if I'm in a relationship for years and I get broken up with, or it ends, even if it's a mutual thing, that's a sad thing. Someone dies. It's sad. You know, I can be sad and experience the full moment. And when we can experience the full moment, that's the possibility that opens up to us, because we don't limit. Oh no, this happened. What do I do now? Right? We push out the emotion, and then we limit ourselves, as opposed to, like, I always talk about this in my like coaching sessions. It's like, feel the emotion and breathe it up to transmute it. So you feel, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm fearful, I'm in fear. This is scary time right now to, you know, okay, let me feel it. And then I open up to possibility. Like, you can literally feel it transmuting.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And that's what I was doing last 6 months.
I'm going to go to my neighbors and help her garden now, because I just transmuted that fear, and I realize how important community is. And now I'm open to like all these cool possibilities that I can do within my community.
Love it. Love it. You said something amazing there. And I've been aware of that for a long time, and seeing, like, anytime we're choosing, do you want white or black? No, I want freaking both. I've been saying, and like, I've been practicing consciously to not be humble, because that's the game of ego. Anytime you're like, do I want work? Do I want to be stress-free? No, you can have stress-free work. It's something that your soul came to do. Yeah. It's not these two. That's always a trap of ego, and our governments know that very well. And that's played in this matrix for way too long. People are waking up to that. So I'm like, just stop choosing between two things. There's limitless amount of possibilities. And then you know your soul. And yes, to feeling emotions. Yes, like, I've done so much work to that, on that. If you don't have that sadness, if you don't have the pain, if you don't feel that, you're not going to be able to feel love and depth and excitement. And just like children, going back, being children, feel everything. Anytime I get confused, I go back to like, let me be like child. And when I do that, you're like honoring that inner child. You take her and like, let's be sad now. We're alive. We're like the depth of sadness you can feel because you're alive. One thing I'll want your perception on that. When we make choices from fear, that's what I try to teach my clients not to do.
Yes.
Fear is emotion. Don't sit in fear as your norm and make all decisions. That's when we go and fit in boxes. We choose a husband that's secure. We choose a house that's security. We don't even want to live there, but it's like we make choices that block us. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I think that's from resisting the emotion, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like scared that I'm not secure in my life right now. So I'm resisting. I don't want to feel that. So now I need a husband that makes a lot of money because I'm going to shove my fear down. I need a husband that makes a lot of money. He needs to be super secure, really awesome family. I need security. So I'm looking from that space of resistance.
Fear-based
and not acceptance. Instead of accepting, wow, you know what? I'm scared of shit that I'm not secure. Let me accept that.
And see what's out
we're
there.
trying to push things away. Like, don't feel stressed anymore. Let's get rid of burnout in the workplace. Well, what if you're working and you happen to be burned out and you're just, okay, I'm burned out and I'm working. And when I accept that, I open up possibilities to like, you know what? I'm going to take the rest of the afternoon off.
I don't want that job.
Like,
a lot of times I don't want this job. Exactly. It's not aligned with my soul. That's when I'm burning out.
Yes.
Like curing symptoms. Like, let's cure a symptom. An emotion is a symptom of something deeper.
Right. Of something deeper.
Right.
Yeah. So we got to accept, like we're accepting, okay, I am feeling this. Okay. This is happening. Okay. I accept it. And then I make a choice from acceptance and not resistance too. And I think that's very similar to what you were saying with like making that decision from a fear-based place or like a lack mentality, as we often talk about that as well. So yeah, it's clearing out that, getting to the root.
I love it. I was obsessed at one point with this concept of how everything in this realm has those two faces, like fear-based and love-based, or conscious higher self. I don't even know what to call it so people can resonate. Just a higher version and lower version of us. Think of love, like relationships love, romantic love. You can have low frequency obsession and limitation, and you need to be with me and I need like control. And when you love from different place, it's like, I can give you freedom. You're coming, like energy just brings you back. Money, abundance, lack. It's like when we're so tight and like we create these boxes, you're going to have to wait for raise. You're going to have to accept what you can in the market. When you open up, all of a sudden you're making choices, like everything opens up. So don't make choices, I would say. I always do. Don't make choices from those fear-based instincts.
Right.
Regulate yourself in different ones, but there's no way regulating without feeling emotions. That's regulating. That's regulating.
Yeah, you have to, excuse me. Yeah, you have to feel it. That's the, and they do, it can be hard in the moment to like actually transmute a hard emotion. I mean, right? Like we don't want to feel certain things, obviously, because they don't feel good.
Can you explain the word transmute? I love that word.
So when I think of transmute, energy is not created or destroyed. It's just, it changes. So when we're feeling like a heavy emotion, like fear or I don't know, sadness, whatever, it's like feels very heavy. It's very dense, right? And so we try to like push it away. And we can do this even with spiritual tools like, oh, don't feel anxious anymore. Do this breath work. Don't feel this anymore.
You do that.
Get some Reiki done, right? But eventually you're going to have to feel it because you're not destroying it. It's there. You just have to transmute
something, right? It's there.
Yeah.
Something that needs to be healed.
Yes, exactly. So I think of it as like lifting it up. So like I'll literally be, it is about being still and creating a lot of inner awareness. Self-inquiry is also what it's called, right? Where I'm feeling sad, let's say, and maybe I'm in fear state. I lost a job. There's a lot going on. I'm kind of worried about things. That feels very heavy. So I don't want to feel that. Like that kind of sucks to feel. So usually I would try to like bypass it. Oh, I'm going to go work out instead. I'm not going to try to think about it. But if I take a few moments and I just think like, okay, wow, I'm feeling this and like I can name it. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling sad. I'm a little worried about my situation. And then I can just accept it.
Mhm.
and I breathe it up, like consciously imagine breathing it up and like light, it almost like becomes lighter and like kind of like floats away. Just kind of give it back to God, to universe, to, name whoever or whatever you resonate with. And that's how I like to transmute things. But even me now, I think people think that spirituality and being more spiritual, being, more self-aware, we don't feel these feelings. Like, oh, I'm not going to feel fear anymore. I'm not going to feel anxiety anymore. I'm not going to feel those. And that's not it. It's just that you're not afraid to feel those anymore. You're not afraid to face what your reality is and, transmute it up. We know that we're here temporarily on this earth, Do we live that way though?
Yeah.
We know it. We know it, but do we live that way? And I'm not even saying that I do live that way all the time.
Perfect. Nobody's perfect. I want to remind people and anyone I talk to, it's like, there's no perfection. I can show you what I do doing this so long. I feel like we had a long stretch of that Neptune in Pisces where we needed to take segregated space to do our practices. We needed to remove ourselves from regular life so we can, again, prepare the timeline. It's different what my parents done, different what society done. We had 14 years of look at yoga and Reiki, and a lot of these things came about. I feel that we're now integrating everything. So yes, we felt emotions, we repressed, we've practiced. It was messy, like figuring out, we figured it out on our own experiences. But there's nothing. We're not going forward without integration. Now integrating. I've been doing gardening and observing thoughts, observing my hands are dirty. I'm pulling things. I don't even wear gloves. I like to touch the soil. I feel these emotions and like sitting like, okay, I'm feeling this, just naming your emotions. Like it's such a skill. I see that with my clients when they're overwhelmed. I'm like, what are you feeling right now? They don't know. It's like they're feeling so much, and when it's too much, it gets tangled and they're blaming. It's that person, that. Let's go back here. Like, what is it that you're just naming it first?
Yeah. And you mentioned a practice, and I think that's it. Like, this is all a practice, and we can sit in meditation all day long. We can do breath work. We can go to cold plunges. We can be in sister circles or whatever, but like life's gonna life. Yeah. Especially right now.
Integrate it.
It's going to be life for a little while now. Right. And so it's like being in those moments and practicing your piece in those in life moments. And it's not easy, it's not easy. And it's that because it's a practice.
Yes.
Because it's a practice, and it's just, and it's like, what's challenging for you is not going to be challenging for me. What's challenging for me is you're going to be like, why is Jamie reacting to that? That's nothing. And so I don't know. We need these safe spaces too. This is why I love coaching is so important, because we need these safe spaces to be able to be real, be ourselves, be transparent, and like just not having someone necessarily try to fix it. Just someone there to hold the space. And that's super powerful right now. Like we kind of started this conversation talking about that, how we just had a great vulnerable conversation. We're getting completely real with each other around like what's working in another business that I'm doing and what's not working, but having those honest conversations. Like, and that's a practice too.
Truth is the highest frequency. It's the highest gift somebody can give you. I mean, that takes skill to say it with love. Again, if you're fear-based, you're going to attack person, they're going to take it personal. Again, that's the version of lower frequency. Higher frequencies, I honor my truth. I honor you by telling you truth in a loving way. It does something so spiritually empowering. It moves people. It will shine light on, it will move you forward like so much faster. I always choose truth over politeness. Giving truth. Always giving.
But being able to share, like to speak your truth in a coaching session or a group of, even if you have a great friend, you don't need to run out and hire a coach. It's very helpful. But like, even just having a great friend that's not there to tell you that you're wrong or to not be that way or to stop that. I always think of like my mom. Love my mom. We're very close. But I remember like when I was younger and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm feeling really depressed. Oh, get over that. Don't feel depressed. Go to the treadmill and start walking and start working out, and that'll make you feel better. As opposed to just feel it, like what's going on, So that was life changing for me when I was part of a group of women. I mean, I credit this to my sober journey. In 2017, I was part of a group of women, and we had a sharing circle, a sister circle. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be part of a sister circle. We're just going to bitch about our lives. Because that was my experience. Getting together with friends would be like, you won't believe what my boss did. Oh, I know. You won't believe what my boss did. Oh, my life sucks. Oh, I got to get home. Like, right. It's just kind of like low energy complaining and not really helpful at all. Right. Even if something was really wrong, it wasn't helpful in those situations. So
low frequency feminine.
Yeah.
The low frequency expression.
We were allowed space to talk and share, and nobody could say anything. Everyone just listened. And then at the end of your share, the instructor would say, do you feel complete, or do you want any, she didn't use the word feedback, but I'll say it now. Do you want any feedback on what you just shared? And you could say, no, I actually feel complete. And it was so great. It was such a great practice for me because I really learned to share. And sometimes I would just share something and be like, oh my God, I feel so much better. I just needed like space to like talk and not have anybody interrupt me and just listen. And then also on the other side of things, when I was listening to someone else share, it was a great practice for me to learn how to hold the space, because I found that I wanted to be like, God, Anita, but I know what you should do. You should do this. Let me help you fix this. Like I was doing the same thing essentially that I'm saying my mom would be doing to me, like trying to fix it, trying to help, trying to save someone else. And so it was great practice on both sides to share and to listen and just be in that space. So that's what's just so powerful about these times right now. We're really opening up to community and just being radically truthful and honest with ourselves and with those around us.
Yes, I love that. We're definitely entering that era. Coaching is absolutely amazing. I feel like every person is going to be like a coach in future. I don't know how many hundreds of years, but learning that skill, what you were talking about, and my daughter taught me because I was a coach already. Yet in my personal relationship with her, it was terrifying. I was acting out of fear-based when she would have a meltdown. I needed to fix it. It made me feel that if she's unhappy, I'm a terrible mother. So it would come like activates my wound. Luckily, she was able to speak truth and to be a mirror and to make me pause and allow her to have her journey. Like that was one of the biggest lessons. Like my own daughter was the biggest coach to allow her to have her meltdown. Like it's not life-threatening to me. Like I swear it felt like life-threatening to me as a mom, to me as a person, to me as a human being. I needed to fix her on every level. So with clients it was so much easier. With clients, there's no personal story. I'm not responsible for their happiness. They come to share, and it's a clear space. But doing this with her, it made it so much easier with clients, with friends, with not fixing anybody, allow him to be. I find intuition as the biggest asset of coaching sessions. And I feel like we're reaching that space where when we sit across from each other and we tune in our own authenticity and truth, or at least one person is as coach, in this case, it pulls other person in their own truth. So even if they're just talking and you're feeling their vibration, you can hear the loud noise of their wound when they're complaining about job or partner, or you can hear the echo of wound. And it's really easy to go there and just slowly revisit it and see why that's coming up. It's coming up for healing. What's your experience with what are clients coming up for this, not to say timeline, this time?
Well, you had said something else before about like fixing, and I just feel like we live in a world where we're always trying to like fix ourselves.
Yeah.
We're fixing. There's something we need to fix about either our external environment within ourselves, or we're fixing. And I was kind of relating it to, I'm dog sitting right now, and the dog's been a lot for me to handle. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing it with the dog. Like the dog's barking, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to fix it. I gotta do something. And it's so like, this is all being a mirror to me right now. I'm like, wait, because how we do one thing is how we do everything.
Love that one. Oh, one of my favorites.
I'm like, wait a minute. I only have one more day of dog sitting, but maybe I'll practice this energy today of not trying to fix him.
Yeah.
But I think right now, people, when it comes to coaching, people are just really trying to understand that power within themselves a little bit more. Because I think people are waking up to, there's got to be something more. There's something more out there. What am I really doing? Like, what is this all for? And people need that support to share that. Right. And so I do a lot of astrology reading. So one thing that I'm getting a lot of is people are wanting their natal chart. So I do natal chart reading, and I do solar return. So your birthday year. So people are really looking for that. I mean, people want to know transits and what's going on. I don't do that type of astrology, but that is definitely something that's happening too. But I think the biggest thing is people are waking up to like, I don't know, like what I thought I knew isn't true anymore. And it's because we're waking up to the power, like we talked about, within ourselves, and that we have the power to create our lives. And maybe the structures that have been set up really aren't serving our best interests. People are waking up to that, and they need support in having someone to share that with, and the sharing, right? And being able to talk honestly without the judgment, without the, let me pull you back in type of thing. So that's what I'm really seeing a lot of.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, they lost their structure, and there's that in between space. And that's what that 6 months that I was talking about. It was a new level of regulation after everything I've done. It removes another layer of security, and that's your work to stay within that space. People are trying to quickly find another structure, and there will be same frequency. So allowing that space, you really do need support. We all do need support in that in-between space, what I call. If you rush, that's like exiting one relationship and jumping in next one, you're going to recreate all the same patterns. Like, it's going to be a different guy. It's going to have the same kind of pain. It will mirror everything. If you do the healing and regulation and bring yourself, like, connect with your power, ask some good questions. So I feel like I'm coaching more like supporting ascension process lately, thanks to my intuition, right? Crossing the new timeline.
Yes, expect the unexpected. That's like the theme. Expect the unexpected. Like, nothing is secure anymore. Like, everyone's waking up to that fact. Yeah. What I thought I knew is not true. So it's knocking down your security. And so, not to say that that was secure to begin with, because I think we live under the illusion of like security and control and all of that. But that is where people are waking up to that. And that's dysregulating a little bit, right? And so we need the community of people around us. We need our coaches, our therapists, people like that leading these amazing, shifts, helping people through the shifts, like all of that is just, it's so important right now.
Yes. You can't hold on to old structures and expect different results. What I see with clients or people, friends, us, all on this journey, we want to hold on to security, but we want so much more from life. It doesn't, like, you got to let go of this hand until you reach this other side. And that's what, like, we started this conversation with timeline, how wonderful it feels on this end. It's going to be more. There's going to be new struggle, and the struggle and word struggle. And I can relate it to pain in the body. It's always the symptom that takes us to the next level. It's always a call to look within, to just like emotion. There's fear. Okay, why is fear coming here? What am I resisting? What am I trying to hold on to? What am I not allowing? What am I not ready to receive yet? And only when we can feel that in our body and allow ourselves to look and sit in discomfort, like you said, transmute.
Yeah.
Everything can
the possibilities really do open up. You do see a lot more possibilities in life when you can be with all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. That's how we create it. So what would we tell them, to people that are so uncomfortable right now, this moment?
Be uncomfortable. Be okay being uncomfortable.
Love it.
And then you will just accept it, accept it. It's like one of my favorite teachers, Michael Singer. I have this written on my wall, and I'm not at home right now because I'm dog sitting, but it is, everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything.
I love it.
Right? Because a lot of times it's not what's happening. Well, it's not what's happening. It's our resistance to what's happening. And we know this, but sometimes even with those little moments, we don't know that we're resisting. I mean, again, I'll just use myself as an example with the dog. I've been resisting the dog all week, and it's been a struggle.
I bet you are.
But, it's a practice. So we have to forgive ourselves too, give ourselves that grace. But yeah, just remember that like everything will be okay as soon as you're okay with everything. And it's not that you sit back passively.
No.
And you let,
Very active.
things happen, but you respond and not react. So respond, react, right? It's like I'm opened up to response. I'm stuffing it down to react. So yeah.
I love that. That reminded me of session I recently had. Actually, multiple sessions. People will come and they blame the external for their internal experience. And I've been in more sessions than I want to admit where women usually come to fix their husbands. That's a very, very popular theme. One was really powerful recently. I had a guy coming talking about women. And I was just sitting back trying to hear his perspective, and a wound was clearly talking. Speaking of how do I find a wife? How do I find a girlfriend where women are so bad right now? Just a really, really like fabricated example. I allowed him to explain how are all the women bad. And he had data of so many. And it just reminded me of that. Like we do experience external from our internal experience, from our internal alignment, from our wants. So I asked him to write a list of qualities of an ideal woman. Like she exists. I'm like, give me so he started saying she's beautiful, she's smart, so he started okay, but then the energy went through like she's not using me for money because I'm not her ATM. I'm like not her sperm donor. I'm not her mother. I was like, okay, let's go back and take a moment. So of course, if we keep these beliefs, that's gonna reconfirm. And I know, as from what he said, like his experience was that, like he was used for money. So I know we laugh right now. It's like honoring those are really difficult experiences.
Yeah.
Until we change that internal landscape and we notice, sure enough, his parents got divorced really early. He had some really tough childhood. He had mother wound. He had father wound. Masculine and feminine was completely out of balance. Starting to work a little bit with, I just asked him to go ahead and look around from hundreds of women. One trait, put it on the list. Find one in me. Find one in your mom, to collect, but do it with love.
Yeah.
It changed everything. It's like, it doesn't have to be in one person. So I would say for people, like first to turn TV off, I done that 7 years ago when I left States, when I've known all these truths that are being revealed now. Remove all the noise and programming first, and then let's try to find moments around. It doesn't have to be one complete vision board moment. Let's find little tiny glimpses of that new earth. It's all around. It's all around. In people, in places, in weather, and just teach our mind to focus on that, and then don't skip to all the other uncomfortable things. It's not stay in one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. This was a great chat. I love this. I'm just going to jot down too, because I think that we could definitely talk more about like mindset. I think that's a big one for people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Right now, especially as bridge, like they get stuck there, like bodies in one, like mind is stuck in between.
Yeah.
They kind of know what they want, but they never had that experience. There are limiting beliefs that tell them like, no, you can't have that because you have to have the structure first. And it's a lie. You don't need that structure. That's the lie. Who knows what your structure gonna look like? Yeah, that flow with less of a structure is more for you.
Yeah.
It is scary first. I won't lie.
Some of these things, these ways of being, these negative thought processes, they for some reason feel like they're keeping us safe, right? We had to do that. Maybe there was trauma growing up, right? But
it's
the more like,
familiar. It's familiar.
yeah, exactly.
It's just familiar.
Exactly. So we're used to those patterns, those habits that really, I would say, are no longer serving us. But we have to do too is accept in a moment like that they were serving us.
Yeah.
You know? And when I'm working with people in addictions too, I'll talk about that because like for me and my drinking, like, yeah, it was serving me. It was helping me like uncheck, right? But obviously that wasn't serving me anymore. That's not the great way to do it. Right. But instead of shaming ourselves and like blame, we're always learning. It's not like a shame and blame game. That's not going to help you or anybody else. Right. It's just becoming aware, awakening, learning from our mistakes, learning from our reactions so we can practice transmuting the energy. Because again, like I just cannot stress enough, it is a practice. It's not like something you're going to learn in a coaching session and be like, oh, I suddenly changed my mindset. Yes. Oh, I'm suddenly not like this anymore. Okay. Got it. Right. It's like, because you got to be in everyday life, right? Life is our spiritual practice.
100%. And people that have it the roughest, the toughest are the people that say, this is how I am. I want change.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's not who you are. We pick up these things along the way. We're not aware that half of them or most of them are not ours. And you mentioned shame. Right. I want to mention this too. I've been working around shame with few clients, and it's been a powerful practice to take them to authenticity and truth, that high frequency, the frequency of love. Shame, something we're ashamed of, picking it up in front of one person, in front of a coach, record it for yourself, just say it. It disappears. That's the heaviest frequency that keep people in this old timelines so anchored. I feel maybe that's where we need to start. Like pick up one thing you're so ashamed of, you don't want to look at, record it for yourself, hear it, and then share it with one friend, with coach, with therapist, and watch it vanish. It really makes you unstoppable because you know that there are no inner demons. There are no inner.
And think about how that's transmuting the energy.
That
right? Because I'm speaking, I'm accepting it. I'm sharing it with you now or my coach, and it's raising it up. It's no longer something I'm hiding. It's no longer something I'm stuffing down. So I love that. Yeah.
That's a really good step. Like there's nothing that's not worth transmuting and releasing and looking into. If it's there, it wants you to look at it.
Awesome.
Look at that sunshine. It's a lot of sun. I've been trying to move. I love it. I freaking love it. I'm going to look like...
We have lots of sun here today too. So
wonderful. Wonderful. Never mind it. Like different video. Love it. Take it all in, like shining over me.
Well, good luck this weekend, Anita, on your spiritual practice of life.
Yes. My garden's been my biggest teacher during the spring. My relationship's been the biggest teachers through I feel like in this timeline, what crossed is like I'm no longer coaching only in spaces. As I go places, people will come in their coaching sessions through friendships, through family dynamics. And again, no fixing. It's holding space and loving their processes while they're messy, while they're falling apart, holding them and simply loving them, loving the process because I've been through it and I'm going through my next one. Just loving all the mess, like your crazy dog, not your sister's dog. Let the dog be loud. Feel the sound. I love it. It's awesome. This feels good. Feels good to leave it here.
It does, yeah.
To let them feel it. I'd say Don't listen to it if you can through your mind. Just feel it through your body. See what resonates.
Yes.
Take what.
Yeah. You're not wrong for your emotions. Be with all of it, accept, transmute. Yeah. And it's a practice.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Messy. Let it be messy. Love the heck out of this journey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you and I will connect real soon.
Yes. Sounds great.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.